Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we're making our 3 best adjustable sliding knot bracelets. The first is that double slider there with 2 knots that slide apart and then together again. The second design is a single sliding knot that slides along the other cord. The third design is the bracelet with 2 sliding knots that slide along to adjust the size of your bracelet. They're all really simple, easy designs. First up, it's the double slider. So lay your cord down in a U shape and then bring each end in and around itself to form a simple overhand knot on each side. Same on this cord as well, making sure these little loops sit on the inside of your cord. Now this little loop down the bottom, we want to keep that about a bracelet size. Now picking the bracelet up, we're going to place the right side end down the left side loop and the left side end down the right side loop, pulling everything tight, and that should pull those little knots tight, and you should be able to pull them together and apart to adjust the size of your bracelet. Now onto the single sliding knot bracelet. So picking our cord up and placing the left side cord on top of the right side cord, making sure we've got a little bit of length on this top cord, and readjusting our hand to hold it in between our left index finger and thumb. Now taking this top cord down the back and around our finger to form our first loop here. Now working towards the left, we take it down the back and around our finger for our second loop, and again for a third loop as well. Now we gently slide these 3 loops off our finger, holding them together on the bottom. Now bending the tail end of our cord around and placing it down all 3 loops. Pulling it out the right hand side and gently pulling this knot down nice and tight. Trying to keep those 3 loops in their same order so you have a nice tidy knot. Now your single sliding knot should slide along the other cord. Now the bracelet with 2 sliding knots. So lay your cords down with the cords overlapped and the left side cord at the top. Picking it up in our left hand and holding this left side cord at the back. Making sure we've got a little bit of length on this cord, and then taking it over the front, down and out the back to form our first loop here. Then again to the left, over the front, down and out the back for our second loop here. Gently holding these 2 loops here and then bending the end of our cord around and placing it down both loops. Pulling it out the right hand side and gently pulling that knot down tight. That knot should slide along the other cord. So if you're happy with it, then swap the bracelet onto the opposite side, again holding it in our left hand with this left side cord at the back, making sure we've got a little bit of length, and then taking it over the front, down and out the back for our first loop here. And then again to the left, over the front, down and out the back for our second loop here. Then bending the end of our cord around and placing it down both loops. Pulling that nice and tight. Now those 2 knots should slide along the other cord to adjust the size of your bracelet. Now you can tie some stopper knots and cut your ends off just outside the knots.